Yo, what's up my fellow brethren, it's your boy Elusiive and welcome back to the channel. And in this video, I made the best settings in Black Ops 6 Season 4. If you guys are looking for settings that'll give you crazy aim and movement and just improve you overall in the game, then you come to the right video, because these are the settings that I use to drop nukes, get high kill gameplays, and also laser people on head glitches from across the map. And if you guys want to improve, then watch the video all the way through. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and sub if you're new. But now that's over, let's get into these BO6 settings. Starting off with the controller settings, I run tactical because tactical is just the best on controller in general, because the majority of the times when you engage in fights or disengage, you're sliding. So you're going to want to have the fastest reaction when it comes to sliding. And since your thumb's always on your analog, you're going to have the fastest reaction by just tapping down on the analog. So that's why I feel like tactical is always the way to go. You guys can run something else if you guys have like a pro controller that have like paddles, for example, like the Scuff or the Elite controller like I have. So if you have a pro controller, honestly, you can run anything, because you can always remap your stuff to your paddles. But if you're running a normal controller, tactical is just the best in my opinion, just so you can tap down on the analog and constantly slide, because sliding is the most useful tactic in the game practically. Now down to the horizontal and vertical. For horizontal, I run 1.9, vertical I run a 1.8. The reason I run a 1.9 1.8 is because I've been playing a lot of Marvels and also went back to Apex a little bit, so my old settings felt a little bit slow. But honestly, the best place to be at when it comes to horizontal and vertical is a 1.5 to about a 2.3 if you're just running normal guns. For snipers, you can go higher than that. I actually went to 2.8 when I was running snipers, because sniping is all about, you know, quick flicks and stuff like that. If you can't keep up with your opponent, you're going to end up getting killed. But if you guys want a good starting point, I would say about 1.7 for both. You can test it out. If it's slow, go higher. If it's too fast, then go lower. If you feel like it's good, just leave it there. Now scrolling all the way down, go to controller vibrations, turn it off. Does nothing for you, kills your battery faster, and also throws off your aim when your controller's vibrating. Dead zones, go as low as you can before you start getting stick drift, or you can go low enough to where you get slight stick drift, but I wouldn't go to the point where a stick drift is so damn strong that your character is able to run and completely do a 180 by itself in like a second and a half. You're kind of too low. So that's why my left and right stick are at 5, because if I go any lower, I start getting extreme stick drift. So that's why I went with 5, because it's the lowest I can go. I went to the left stick at 90 for the maximum, meaning I don't have to go all the way to 100 for it to be at the max. So whatever the 90 is, the max will be earlier practically. 90 is not a bad spot. You can go 90, you can go 70, you can leave it at 100. It doesn't really matter. It's all up to you. I know some people that go lower, they go to like 50, some go to 60, some leave it at 100. I don't think this really matters as much. It just depends if you want to get to your max on your stick before it actually gets to the edge. So the max is all up to you. I feel like 90 was just a solid spot for the left stick. And left and right trigger are both 0, so the character in the game pick it up instantly from the moment you pull down your trigger. Now on to the aiming. Sensitivity multiplier, didn't touch any of this. Aiming advanced settings. For the ADS sensitivity transition timing, I run instant. I actually tried out gradual. Gradual is not too bad. Gradual makes it like an overtime. So if you guys feel like you aim down instantly sometimes, well, if you're running instant, if you guys aim down and you feel like you missed your target sometimes and gets you killed, you might like gradual because it has like a slower time to aim down and it gradually aims in, which can make it to where you can line your shot up. But I just felt like sometimes that would throw me off, because I felt like my flicks are actually way faster or way better than my drag. So that's why I feel like instant is just better for me. But you guys can test out gradual. If you like gradual, go with it. If you want instant, go with that. Either one would be fine. I actually never tried after zoom, and I probably wouldn't. So just go with whatever one you like best. But I just feel like instant's better in this scenario. Aiming response curve type, I run dynamic. This makes it to where the game picks up micro movements, to where if I slightly move my analog, the game will pick it up. If you guys are less accurate players, you can stay on standard, because you'll be more reliant on target assist and the game won't pick up those micro movements. But if you guys want to get better, then you can run dynamic and try to adapt to it and pick up the micro movements, because it's tracking your fingers down to the micro movements. But as I mentioned, you can go dynamic or you can go standard, depending if you guys are accurate players or if you want to get better. Aim response curve slope scale, I run a 0.90. You can have it at the normal 1%. It doesn't really matter. I just wanted to weaken it a little bit so it doesn't pick up the stick drift in my controller, because I have slight stick drift, and it kind of just nerfs a little bit of the micro movement practically. For the custom sensitivities, I run a 0.8 for my low zoom. Honestly, go anywhere between a 0.7 to a 0.95. I wouldn't recommend going anything lower or higher. I mean, you could stick with a 1.0, but if you guys want to be extremely accurate, I feel like you want your ADS speed slower, so you can have fast hip fire speeds when you're aiming from the hip left and right or vertical, but when you're aiming down sight, I feel like you're making it to where it's a lot harder to stay on target if your low zoom is the same. So that's why I always nerf it, and I feel like, as I mentioned, 1.7 to 1.85 are the best spots, but you always can go high. For the times 2, 3, I leave it at 1%. Everything else I have it at 1.3 because all the sniper scopes are different sizes. For example, one sniper's default scope will be like 6 times / 7 times, and another sniper's default scope 8 times or 9 times. So rather than have to deal with all of that and knowing which scope is on what sniper for the default, I just made all of them a 1.3 so they're consistent around the board. But if you guys want, you could adjust this to whatever specific sniper you run for whatever scope they have on. Now into movement, sprinting assist, tactical sprint on, of course. Makes it to where I auto sprint every single time. Turn the sprinting delay to 0, so the moment I move my analog forward, the character always sprints. You can turn this off if you like, if you feel like tactical sprint gets you killed sometimes. I just like auto tactical sprint so I don't have to worry about getting stick drift even faster due to constantly pressing down on the analog to run. Mental assist I have off so I don't auto mental up stuff and get myself killed, which used to happen. Crouch assist I have off. Corner slicing I have off. You can have this on or off. I just turned it off because I got tired of my character corner slicing when I didn't want it to. Like when I was close to a wall or sliding near a wall, it would turn my sight and then just screw me and get me killed. But if you guys like it, go ahead and keep it on. Slide and die behavior, I run tap to slide. Honestly, you can run tap to slide, slide only, or hybrid. Sometimes I would run slide only because I feel like I hold down on the button sometimes when I don't want to, because it's like instinct, so I would end up diving sometimes, getting myself killed. But if you guys don't have that problem, you could stick with tap to slide, or you guys can go the better option and run hybrid. I just couldn't get used to hybrid, but if you guys can get used to it, hybrid is the best option. I didn't touch any of this. Movement advanced settings, I didn't touch any of this, and that's the end of the movement. Now into combat, I didn't touch any of this. Armor plate behavior, apply all. This makes it to where you have to just tap the button one time and it'll apply all your armor plates. Good for Warzone. Combat advanced settings, I run tap to reload. You can go prioritize, interact, or reload. If you're playing Warzone, go prioritize, interact. Just makes it to where you can instantly open chests by tapping the button rather than holding it. But if you do prioritize reload, which you can run this in multiplayer, I used to, but I just got tired of accidentally picking up weapons when I was trying to reload my weapon. So that's why I didn't run prioritize reload anymore. This just makes it to where your reload is prioritized over your interact. For me, I feel like tap to reload was a good spot because I got tired of accidentally picking up stuff on prioritize reload. And that's the end of the controller settings. Now into the graphics. I run 1440, 120 Hertz. I play on the Xbox Series X, so I don't have all those extra settings that PC has. If I end up getting a second PC, I'll probably go dual PC setup, and then I will have these maybe in the next COD or the COD after that, who knows. But that's the end for the display. For quality, all the blurs, turn them off. Depth of field is just another blur, but it only applies when you're aiming down sight. So wherever you're aiming at is not blurred, but everything else around it is blurred. Does nothing but just makes it harder to see. For the fidelity, I have on at 70. This is just making it to where you sharpen the game and it's a little bit crispier and easier to see. And for the on-demand textures, I didn't touch any of this. Now onto the views, I run 108 FOV, far enough to where I can see a lot of my screen, but close enough to where I can actually see the enemies. I feel like you wouldn't want to go anything lower than 100, but you wouldn't want to go anything higher than 110, because 110 you start getting to that territory where it's extremely zoomed and enemies can look like ants from further distance, definitely if you're playing Warzone. And I just feel like 108 is a sweet spot because I have a lot of screen, but opponents don't look like ants, so I can easily track them or follow them. But as I mentioned, 100 to 110 is the spot you want to be. Weapon field of view, wide, just makes it to where your weapon's smaller so you get more screen in the background so you can actually see. Third person FOV, I run 90. I didn't touch any of this. Camera shake, 50% on both of them because that's the lowest you can go. Just makes it to where your screen doesn't shake as much from grenades or any form of explosion. And inverted flashbangs just makes it to where your screen goes black instead of white. This is what you want to run if you don't want to get retinal damage with your screen constantly going white and blinding you when you get hit by a flashbang. Now on to the audio. Master game volume 100. Music you can turn all the way down. Dialogue I have at 70. Loud enough to where I can hear the voices and the callouts from the characters, but not too loud to where it overshouts like bullets or footsteps. Effects volume 90, just lowered it a little bit. And as I mentioned, music, you can go to whatever you want. Audio mix, I run Sucker Punch. You can run Sucker Punch. You can run the headphone boost bass or the Treyarch mix. Whatever you like best, you can go with. I just ran Sucker Punch because it helps tighten the dynamic range as it explains. Just makes it to where you're able to pick up certain sounds better. Now onto the configure frequency and intensity. For the left and right channels are the exact same for both of them. I didn't change anything. This just makes it to where you can pick up certain sounds better, like higher pitch sounds you can pick up over the lower pitch and the lower pitch over the higher pitch practically. I feel like this is good, so that's why I left it here. The reduced tinnitus sound I have on. You can have this on or off. This is up to you. And for the hit marker presets, you can have it on default, classic, doesn't really matter. Voice chat is more personal preference. You can have it on whatever you'd like. The voice chat output, if you guys are like content creators and you want to pick up people's voices in your Elgato or whatever, you want to run speakers, because if you have it on headset, it will not be picked up. Now you can pick up your party. I'm not too sure how it works on PlayStation, but you can pick up your party if it's still on headset, but you won't be able to pick up people's voices in game chat if it's on headset. So that's why I always have it on speakers. So if you guys ever try to record with your Elgato and you're wondering why you're not picking up people's voices in game chat, now you know. Change this to speakers, because if it's not on speakers, you're not picking up people's voices. Now onto the interface. I didn't touch any of this. You can't turn on the server latency and the packet loss and everything like that. Just lets you know if you're lagging or not. Readability, I didn't touch any of this besides the color customization. You can run whatever you'd like, but I just feel like this was a good spot. Enemies at pink, because I feel like they shine the brightest in dark areas. Red for contestant, because it's a very bright color and you can actually tell when it's being contested, so you don't have to question if it's being contested or not, if the colors are too close. Neutral white, of course, and team green. But honestly, all this is just personal preference. I just feel like definitely when it comes to enemies, pink stands out, and for the contested red, I feel like those stand out. But honestly, run whatever you like. And for the color filters, I run filter 2 and both, practically. Now into the game hub. For the multiplayer preset hub, you can run whatever you like. I just left it on standard because I like how it is. You can switch it to whatever you want. Now into visuals, you want your minimap on square because it gives you more minimap. I think it gives you like another, 20% minimap, so why not run it, as you guys can see in the example. The compass, you can set it up to the middle of the screen like a Modern Warfare 2019 was at the top and it goes all the way across, or you can set it to your minimap like how I have it. Doesn't really matter. Minimap rotation, you can have it on or off, it's up to you. For the scale, I run 120, just makes my minimap bigger so I don't have to like squint or get closer to see. This helps out a lot. I feel like 120 is a sweet spot. 100 you can leave it at, but I really wouldn't recommend going anything really above like 120 or 130, because then the minimap starts getting too damn big and you will start losing out on a lot of your screen, which is also why I run my minimap opacity at 90, just so it's a little bit more transparent so I can see behind it. It's not that much difference, but if you guys feel like you want it to be more transparent, you can lower it, or if you guys don't want to see through the minimap at all, leave it at 100. But I just dropped it to 90 to make it a little bit more transparent so I can see. Icon scale I didn't touch at all, but you guys can if you want. And for everything else I didn't touch. Alright, now back into the game hub. For the crosshair, I run static. Static makes it to where your sight doesn't bob every single time you jump. If you guys jump, you'll notice your sight will go from the middle of the screen and they'll pull down and then recenter. Static doesn't have that. It remains the sight exactly where it is at the middle of the screen. So you can practically pre-aim your opponent after you jump. And for the crosshair dot scale, I have on larger. But if you guys want, you can leave it on default, or you can go to largest, which is just the biggest dot. I feel like largest was a little bit too much. I feel like larger was a sweet spot. But honestly, if you guys like, you can leave it on default. Go to larger or largest, it's all up to you. Crosshair opacity, of course, 100. And crosshair color, you can change it to whatever color you'd like. If you guys feel like green stands out more than white, go green, or pink stands out more, go pink. Just choose whatever color you feel like is the best for you. Hit marker visuals, of course, you want on. I didn't touch any of this, and that's the end of the game hub settings. But yeah, that's the end of my controller settings in Black Ops 6. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And let me know down in the comments also what you guys want to see me post up on next, whether that's a class setup for a specific weapon in Warzone or multiplayer in Black Ops 6. Or if you guys want to see me test out or play a different game, for example, like Apex or Marvel Rivals or something, let me know down in the comments as well. And yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to slap on the post notification so you miss the latest and greatest videos. And I'll see you later, guys. Peace.